Oh my God, what a game of cricket. The El Clasico of the IPL, Mumbai versus Chennai. It was the Kiran Pollard show, but what a blockbuster of a game. Both sides gave it everything. In the end, it was just the man, Kiran Pollard, taking Mumbai across the line. I have with me big Mumbai fan, big Chennai fan, and a random guy who's just joining the podcast, Vinay.
I'm the guy where these guys played in the game, so I'm just better.
But before I get to both of you fans, I want to get to Vinay. Vinay, your thoughts as a neutral about this game?
Oh man, amazing game! Like it was a nail biter of a game.
Yeah.
It was like turning upside down, like each and every part of. Even in the first innings, second innings, it was just a nail biter.
What a fantastic game! And did you ever think sir, that Mumbai can chase this? When did you start believing? When Pollard was hitting, or before that? Or for me, it was that Hardik Pandya Pollard kind of partnership.
No, I think when Pollard got his confidence back around when they were around 120, 110, 120, it was very evident that it was his day. And with the ball also, he was amazing too. It was just his day. He was just on song today.
He's my favorite cricketer from now on. And before Punter, I'm saving best for last. So, yeah, today he crossed the line. And Punter, before I get to you, I'm saving best for last. Kumi, your thoughts on the game? Fantastic game of cricket, but where did Chennai lose this? They had enough runs on the board. I think Raidu batted beautifully, Moeen Ali and Faf batted beautifully. But where did they lose this? Was it the death overs? Was it before that? Before that? And your thoughts on Dhoni's captaincy? I just had to ask.
Yeah, of course, man. So I thought, look, they were. It's a flat track, no doubts about that, right? So I think Chennai did really well, like in executing some of their plan. But as Dhoni said, they weren't fully they weren't fully there. Some of the I was just telling Punter and these guys too. Some of the balls, like what was surprising to me is some of these pull shots of the lefties going straight six behind them, right? So those kind of things, like the ball flying off the edges and stuff, you can't set free for anyways. But overall, I think Chennai did well, man. But that catch, where
Yeah.
The drop catch.
that catch, I mean, I was just telling Punter too, is like usually a fumble is when the ball at least hits the hands. Faf completely misses that, and I think the nerves got the best of everyone. Dhoni, I think, did really well in moving around the bowlers. He had four seamers that he was working today. I think it was a good move to get Deepak's 4 overs out, and Deepak, I think, did well with the niggle. But yeah, I was surprised to see Engidi, and I thought he would clock a bit more pace on a flat track like this, which he did, and he was like bowling just in the slot. That I didn't like think of that much, and I agree with one of the commentators I was saying where I didn't see Chennai attack Pollard with any aggressive short bowling, and I think that's
Yes.
where they got him.
And were
So
you kind of surprised when three full tosses were bowled? Clearly, the Yorker's not working. You're not. It's slipping the ball. Were you surprised that they didn't try at least like a shorter ball or a slower, like change the length?
yeah. Look, man, it's easy for us to sit here and say this while
Yeah,
I've
of
been
course.
I've been in such situations where you're defending and like the ball's in your hands, and sometimes your brain doesn't work, and Angry is a young kid, so he's still learning. I agree with MS. Look, we're not gonna. It's a fantastic match, Clash of the
Yeah.
Titans, and Paulie always has like the better of CSK in more occasions than not. But this is good. This is good for CSK in my opinion because this is a good nice little experience that they can get before the playoffs.
Yeah, 100%. And Panther
Uh,
Cavalry
Kumi,
Public. Yes, Vinay.
Kumi, one question for you. Do you
Come
think they
on.
underutilized Moeen Ali today? Like bowling that 1 over and then 1 wicket and just giving 1 run. They
Yeah,
may
I
have
don't,
given
I
him
don't
one
think
or
so,
two more.
man. I don't think so. MS did the right thing. As soon as he saw Paulie in, he knew. As I was also debating whether MS is gonna give Jeddu another over or not, but he would just because Jeddu was in form, he gave him. But you saw Paulie got in form with Jeddu. So Paulie against spinners at that time, and especially when there's 15 runs and over asking rate, there's only one way to go, right? And I think MS did the right thing by not giving Moin one more over. There.
100%. And Punter Cavalry Public. Akka Mumbai खेलेगा. Your initial
अच्छा
reactions.
मुंबई खेलेगा भाई दुनिया हिला देंगे हम दुनिया हिला देंगे
Bro, what a
what
performance,
a
man.
game
Your initial thoughts. How are you feeling?
yo obviously on cloud 9 because especially someone said that Mumbai will win, and it was like, no, why did he say that? But it's Mumbai. Nothing can work against them. Not even Vinay Hariharan. So,
But yeah, go on.
yeah, but it was a fantastic game of cricket. Hats off to cricket in IPL. CSK versus Mumbai, biggest game of IPL, and they proved to give the best entertainment ever, all times, most of the times. If you see, the games have always been close between CSK and Mumbai Indians, and it's always like a last over or last ball game changer. So hats off to both the teams. Obviously Pollard, and hats off to Mustafa Ismail, who made Pollard his captain in fantasy league.
Nice.
Whoa, that's huge. That was
The
huge.
biggest-
That was amazing. That was the biggest gamble I've ever seen. But I think it was the best decision ever. And I think
I didn't. I honestly, this is my thinking. I didn't think about his performance. CSK. I didn't think anything. I said I need to be different. I'm at the bottom. I'm going to take a big, and I got really lucky. There's no way I can say it was a master stroke. I will tell Vinay later on it is a master stroke. I will talk crap to him after, but I have to admit that it was. But what an innings! Pollard time and again for the last 10 years, we always say drop him. Not necessarily us, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of talk, drop him. But the way Mumbai struck him, that. I give credit to Mumbai, but also Pollard. These West Indian players are something else, man. I just couldn't believe the way he was hitting.
see if you see in the last game,
He changed it with the ball as well. Otherwise, it'd be 250.
Absolutely. I also didn't like Rohit not giving Pollard his complete quota after he giving 2 overs, 12 runs and 2 wickets. He almost got Jadeja caught and bowled and LBW, which was obviously pitching outside leg, so the review was retained. But yes, if you see in the last game itself, Pollard was getting back in form. He hit those 2 sixes in the last over, and things changed for him from then. We've seen him in Delhi. He can, the ground is short. His power hitting will make a lot of difference. But today, the way he paces innings, Moin was bowling very well to him in the first over. He was only playing him out rather than driving him, because he knew that if he would have got an edge or something, the match would have gone there itself. So amazing thinking, amazing batting. He knew we had firepower till Nisham coming in. And that was also a good move by the management of Mumbai Indians to have Jimmy Neesham as a backup, though he didn't work, but he had a free hit and he went for it. But yes, definitely having Jimmy Neesham in the side against a
You were
strong
asking
team
for
like
that in the
CSK.
last game.
Yeah, against a strong team like CSK, you need a guy like him to back up. Because what if Hardik wouldn't have worked? What if Krunal didn't play a longer innings? You need someone to play a good innings like Pollard, or support Pollard during this kind of games.
100%. And Kumi, just a positive. Ambati Raidu, Moin Ali and Faf have been sensational, but Raidu picking form, he's like a close friend of yours. You always talk about him, but today he batted really well. Even I had to admit there was an excellent innings. Your thoughts on that innings? It really gave Chennai a huge score.
Yeah, I agree, Musti. So it's good to see. I was telling Punter as well. It's good to see Chennai play the way they are this year.
Oh, boss is back.
What's up? It's great. It's great to see Chennai, like just all players coming together and like performing well. Look, it was a bad toss to lose today. I think MS must be thinking also where he's like, dude, I would have loved to chase in this game, but yeah, it's definitely good to see. In Mumbai, when they were bowling, I was surprised to see Rohit not using Krunal like Pandya. Like he saw. Usually, Krunal does like one thing or another in the middle overs, but I was surprised that
that's again the matchup, Jadeja and Moin Ali, because of the left-hander thing. I think that's why he wasn't bowled. That's what I feel. But I guess that's what I feel. But go on.
Yeah, makes sense. But yeah, overall, man, holy shit, what a stellar game.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I just before I get to the boss, Punter.
I actually wanted to ask Kumi. I've never, ever heard what Dhoni has said on the stump mic and went against him. And that was telling Jadeja isko dande pe rakh to Pollard, and Pollard hit him straight down the ground for a 6. I have never, ever heard what Dhoni has said on a stump mic to the bowler and went against the team.
So I don't think Jaddu did that. Like there was only one
No,
ball.
it was a straight, almost a full ball. Only thing he missed the length, but it was on the dundas.
Yeah. I think. Look, man, it's not always 100% that MS is going to get everything right. Even what I was surprised today was in the last over. Usually in the square, you see Jaddu just covering the deep square leg. I was surprised to see Shardul Thakur there, which we all know.
We never see that.
We all know it's going to be 50-50, but yeah.
Before I get to Ashish, I just want to ask Vinay. Actually, asked the question about Moeen Ali, but I want to ask Vinay because he's an off spinner. Vinay, 1 run, 1 over, 1 wicket as well, right? Moeen Ali. If you were the off spinner, would you be worried bowling to somebody who's hitting like Pollard is, or would you take the ball, like tell your captain, I want the ball? And how would you bowl? Because Pollard is a big hitter, but you're in good form. I don't think matchup should have counted in this game. I think they should have given Moeen Ali the ball. So your thoughts as an off spinner? Even Kumi is as well, but
when Moeen was bowling at the start, right? That time Polly was just getting set in, right? He could have put some pressure, and Moeen is a tricky bowler, to be honest. Like he looks like he's looping it, but when you try to hit him, he picks up the wickets, right? So that's something that Moeen has his tendency and stuff. And if at that sense, like even if someone's hitting, you could change up the length, right? Like bowl a little bit outside off, or bowl it at his legs, or bowl him around the legs if he's stepping out and stuff. So those could have been implemented, but see, some decisions don't go your way, some decisions do go your way. So that's depending on the match situation.
Yep, Ashish, what a game, bro. Kiran Pollard, what a pick. What a captain, what a man.
I called you yesterday, you slept. I called you for this purpose only. To discuss captains, yeah?
All of this going in one way, and then I was just looking at the orange cap holder today, and I'm so shocked to see KL Rahul is just always there. Huh? It's so good. Yeah. I'm so happy to see Rahul like being on the top all the time. Even last year he did well with the runs, right?
Yeah, very consistent.
He was orange cap holder.
Ashish, Mumbai Indians, Pollard, Kunal and Hardik look very comfortable on these kind of pitches. So it is a difference, right? When they play compared to Chennai, ball coming on, they're a different beast when it comes to flatter pitches.
Yeah, they like to have they like to feel the ball, as we say. Like if the ball
feel it,
struggle, feel the heat.
Feel the heat.
You see, so shot making becomes easy when the ball is coming on nicely onto the bat. And that's what we saw. Like they were struggling. We were saying, Mumbai's middle order is struggling due to Chennai pitches and everything. Now you see, all three of them perform so well. So that shows like they have a quality side any day. And like with the bowling option as well, Rohit Sharma, like he can toss the ball to anyone. Even Hardik is not there. So complete performance, and only it takes one innings for a big guy like Pollard to come back in form. Now every team will make plans against him. And Mumbai is I'm sure like they're gonna build on to this success, and they're gonna win a couple of matches from here.
Yeah, 100.
They're called.
Sorry?
They're all flat track bullies. That's what we call them.
They're all flat track bullies.
They like to play on the road.
We discussed. Me and Kumi discussed last time with you on the podcast that one good hit from the middle of the bat, and these guys would be back in form. And today they proved it.
So
they did prove. Yeah.
So I was going to say, playoffs, they're going to make it to playoffs, no doubt, right? So playoffs is going to be, here's where I think it's going to matter, right? Like the toss with MI matters a big time, because every team needs to put their bowling to test, and they need to be put to test when they're defending. And I think that's where the real test is. And I think when it comes playoffs time, I'm hoping that, the toss goes into CSK's favor.
Yeah, 100%. Ashish, we already talked about Rohit Sharma's captaincy, but your thoughts, Pollard, after taking 2 wickets? I felt he should have got the ball because he could have picked up more wickets. He dropped a catch and also almost got an LBW. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, like if the guy is bowling good, so you have to give him the maximum quota you can. I know like there's over from Bumrah and Bolt. So you bowl out Bolt, but Bumrah is getting slammed everywhere on the park. So it's okay if you don't give him 1 over out of like his fourth. So because it's not his day. If it's Bumrah's day, you see like he gives away only 10 or 15 runs in a T20, like just as similar to last game. So just give Pollard the ball. He's taking the pace off. He's making chances, catch and bowl catches on the outfield. I don't know what was the thinking. If Pollard had given like one more over, I think he would have finished by like 3 or 4 wickets easily.
100%. But Bumrah's figures 4 overs, 56 runs, 1 wicket, 14 runs and over. But despite that, Mumbai winning, I think that's a huge thing for Mumbai because I think Bolt and Bumrah always put in the effort, and they can have bad games. Vinay.
So before you go to Vinay, I'm just gonna leave because I have my law class side by side. I just came to say Musti, great by making Polly captain. We'll be on call later, decide for tomorrow.
For sure, and best of luck for the Punjab game tomorrow.
Yeah. See you guys. Cheers. Bye.
You, man. Thank you for coming. Take care. Cheers. Yes, Vinay. Thoughts? Tell me more about this game. What did you think? What else did you think? Could Chennai do better? Any changes for the next game for Chennai?
No, Chennai has always been keeping the same team, right? That's their mantra for every game. So one odd games here and there, and this wasn't a bad game for them. There was a really good game. Like they were struggling at one point, like 3 wickets falling, like 112 for 1, and then 116 for 3, 116 for 4, right? And the run rate kind of slowed down. Then they picked it up and came down to the score that they came down to, right? So it wasn't a bad game for them at any cost, and they would learn from these things. They had some slips on the field, some bad balls and stuff, but that's about it. It was just a Pollard show today. That's all it was.
And before we wrap up about this game, just quickly for you guys, the best West Indian in terms of impact in the IPL, Pollard, Russell, or Gale? If I'm missing Bravo, you can add them as well. But just quickly, if you can say, it's a very tough question, but I thought this is a good day to discuss. I know it's in Pollard's favor, but don't forget about the past, Russell and everything. Punter, go ahead.
For me, from childhood, it's been Pollard. I've been watching Pollard from the very first game of his in the stadium. So for me, it's always been Pollard. The way he smashed Dale Steyn against RCB in a game, and he made a statement was something which always made me look up to him. Also, the finals which we lost to CSK in New Bombay, he came in and he scored like 36 of 4 balls or 6 balls or something. So he lost because of a great decision by Dhoni keeping a straight field for him. But yeah, since then I've always been a huge fan of Pollard, and I've seen many games by him finishing and making Mumbai win.
Yeah, Kumi?
Yeah, for me, look, man, I'm a DJ Bravo fan. Like he's just over the years with the bat and the ball, he's done phenomenal things. But I think it's a little unfair to put Universe Boss in there because usually when batsmen are opening, it's so hard to just finish games. But nevertheless.
No, my question wasn't finisher. Actually, it was impact in the IPL, basically.
I think. Look, I would never count out. I would never count out Universe Boss. Like I think he's an impact player regardless.
Yeah.
Just not playing any professional cricket and just coming into a IPL game, and he'll still give you 40 odd in like 20 balls, right?
Yeah, I agree. And it's good because I asked this question. I wanted to test you because it's easily to get swayed by what's happening in the moment, but it's good that you're saying Chris Gale as well. And I know Punter's not getting swayed because he's been watching Pollard from before, but it's good to see a different perspective like that. Vinay.
2 years ago, if you had asked me, I would have said Russell. But now I guess it is more between Pollard and Bravo.
What about Jason Holder?
Not that much. not even in the top 10.
I thought he would go with Hetmeyer since he's playing for Delhi.
No. So definitely Pollard or Bravo. Every year Bravo picks up almost 20 wickets a season, right? And he chips in with the bat when he's asked. And even Pollard, I know Pollard doesn't score that many runs in a season, but he is an impactful player in terms of whenever needed, he comes in and scores those runs. So definitely it's a tie between both of them at the present stage.
Man, I have lost for words. I think for me, this was one of the best innings I've seen this season. And my memory is short, but in a long time, it's really good to see an innings like this. Like it was unbelievable. Yes, Kumi, you were saying something?
No, I was gonna say it was one of the best innings. It's good to see like a complete performance from the all-rounders. Like for example, Jaddu did it the other day.
Yes.
Did it today. Like it's good to see like a complete package.
Yep. I think we wrapped up this game. Do you have any final thoughts on this match?
I think, as Kumi said, the toss was very important today. I actually, once you told me that Bumrah went for 4 overs 56, it reminded me of the Bravos innings in Mumbai against Mumbai.
He got hit that day.
If Chennai would have batted second, we would be praising maybe a Raidu or a Jadeja or maybe even a Dhoni coming and finishing the game off for them. So definitely the toss did made a huge difference today. But
also the catch, right? Like also the catch. If the catch is taken, and the thing we wouldn't be talking about. Yeah, we wouldn't be talking about this.
And if would have taken that, it would have been a total different ball game.
What pisses me off is why he can't do that against Sunrisers. Over there, he's like Superman. He's flying around, taking catches, saving boundaries, and then over here, it really pissed me off. But yeah, that's fine. Like I mean, he's human. It's okay.
Mushti, I have a question for you, but before we move there, I think not about this game. I think Chennai has a trick up their sleeve. In my opinion, that trick is Behrendorff. I think down the IPL, I'm sure they're going to use that because Engidi, obviously, they're giving him a shot, but I have a feeling like Behrendorff is going to be that like just surprise package who's going to come in and just start surprising the teams because he's a very good like T20 player or bowler.
100%.
But don't you think today Bravo would have been a better bowler than?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bravo for sure. I think his injury is still keeping him on the sidelines. So, but yeah.
For me, Bravo, it's a mental thing. Against Pollard, he would just get into his head. I think Pollard can smash him. Pollard will smash him all over the park. But then there's one ball he'll say something before that, and he'll get him out. It's kind of that kind of thing.
One thing I do want to give a shout out to was Shardul Thakur for his not going for that catch on the second last ball. Right? Yeah. Everyone, all supporters actually stood up and clapped for him for not going for that catch.
Should have gone for a boundary. Saved the boundary.
So that was a good calculated move that he did at that point. And it's not easy at those intense pressure situations.
Yeah. Kumi, you had a question?
Yeah. I was going to ask...
That is the topic we were going to discuss, but yeah, I know what you're going to ask me, but go ahead.
What do you think about the change? Is that
this was the topic. Instead of the previews today, this is gonna be our final debate. This is what I'm gonna talk about. You're talking about my team, I'm guessing, Sunrisers Hyderabad. Kane Williamson is now the captain. For me, it's a straight message saying that David Warner, you're not informed. We want to drop you. It's not about your captaincy. It's about your individual performance, and that's why we're giving Kane Williamson the captaincy. It's straight up. It's nothing to do with his captaincy because we've seen Dhoni struggle in terms of results. We've seen Rohit Sharma struggled in terms of results. It was 2016. Punter will remember. We've seen a lot of captains, and they were backed. But the thing, maybe the difference were also there's one thing that I really believe: if you're not an Indian captain, it is difficult. Sacking becomes imminent, and that's one thing we have to understand. I know that I can sound biased and everything like that, but for foreign players, it's much more difficult. I felt that they should have stuck with Warner just for this season. I'm not comparing anything. Williamson is a great man. He's a great captain. He's great everything. But David Warner has been successful. He's won you a trophy, and I felt that he should have got the season. But if now Williamson can put 4 or 5 wins in a row, it'll be justified in terms of results. But for me, it's not about the captaincy. It's about they want to drop in, they want to play Jason Roy. And they also said it indirectly. If Jason Roy doesn't play tomorrow instead of Warner, this was a stupid move, in my opinion. But yeah, your thoughts on that, Punter?
I wanted to say, I think few years down the line, we saw Kane was the captain and then Warner came in and took over the captaincy and Kane was dropped because of his performance in the series. So I don't think that's a bad move by the management. They did that with Kane as well. They're doing that with Warner as well. But yes, obviously Warner has got you those 4 playoffs, but 100% the form in which Warner is currently, he needs that break and clear head so that he can get back in form for SRH, which will help SRH as well. And Kane is currently in form, and he is being a very good captain for New Zealand as well. So continue to be Kane for SRH would not be a difficult transition for him. So I feel it's a good move by the SRH management. I thought in the start of the series only, I had told you, after coming from the groin injury for Warner, it would have been very difficult for him to be back in form, because we saw him even in a couple of games they played in Australia. He was struggling. So I thought this move could have been taken earlier, but it's never late.
But
So
the thing is,
it's a good move.
Williamson was also injured, right? He's only played 2 games, so like that's why they couldn't have made that before the season.
Absolutely.
I understand where you're coming from. Vinay, another angle to look at it is that this is how I look at it as well. Maybe nobody agrees with me, but and there's a big auction coming up. Dhoni is close to his retirement. CSK want Kane Williamson. SRH saying, no, buddy, wait, relax. We need this guy. Give him the captaincy and make sure he stays in our thing. And he's going to be not the right to match player. He's going to be a retained player instead of Warner for the next auction. Is that a good way to look at it? A different way to look at it?
Definitely, everyone has that possibility. Right? Like at the time, right now, everyone has limited purses, and they can only retain few players, right? And they want to retain those top players that they need for the team to actually structure their team around. So that could be definitely a possibility of SRH thinking that way. But at this point, I think it was more related to Warner not being in form, and I think certain decisions that were taken on the field and everything were not the right ones according to the management, is what I felt. And they just wanted Kane to step in and kind of take those reins. So that's all it looks like at this point. I don't want to read in between the lines any further on this.
Oh, you don't want to.
Are you saying is there a friction between the management and Warner in SRH, the family?
That's why. That's exactly why I wouldn't have made the call. Just my opinion. That's the only reason, because it does bring that up. You can't. I know Vinay doesn't want to read, but people will read, right? Not everyone is as mature as Vinay. I'm being serious. Like there are people. No, I'm being serious. Like many people will say there's an issue now. Like now they're going to zoom the camera at Warner when Williamson makes a mistake or something like that. There's going to be thing. That's why I wouldn't do it during the season. Kumi, I want to ask you this question. Suppose this was Rohit Sharma or MS Dhoni, and then for Virat Kohli, for example, right? Virat Kohli's been RCB captain for how long? He hasn't been. Would that have happened if Warner was Indian? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be racist or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, because it's the IPL, Indian Premier League, the foreign captains, do they have a shorter kind of difficult, like a shorter time span as captain?
Yeah, so good question, Musti. Let's talk about Delhi Daredevils or like the Delhi Capitals.
Yes.
Did they not do this mid-season too? I believe they did this they changed the captain and gave it to Shreyas Iyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Gambhir did that. Like, he stepped down himself. Like,
right. So, see, that's what I'm saying. I think, look, if things are not working out, it's the franchise's choice to shake things up, right? And if they make this as that, and they make this as a decision to shake things up, so be it. I don't think. Yeah, I agree. Like, look, you're a player, and we want to drop you if you're not in form.
Yeah.
And as simple as that, right? So
that's the best way to look at it. Yeah.
Exactly, and especially it's a little tricky when the batsman is coming up top and he's actually the opener. So MS, for example, like the thing is, the chances where you drop a person like MS when he's not in form, for example, right? The thing is, he doesn't get as much opportunity to bat anyways, right? So you're not going to really judge it based on
the role of the player.
Right.
And how much is it the fact that they have backup like a Jason Royce sitting in the wings? They have a holder, they have a Mohammad Nabi. How much does that probably puts a pressure as well?
Huge, man. That's like we were discussing early on in this podcast season. SRH has so many foreign players, right? They have to find the right combo. How are they going to do it? Especially when one is locked up with the captain. Right?
Yeah. I completely agree with you guys. I just like the way, how Mumbai handled the Pollard situation. I feel Warner deserves that. I understand form is not good and everything, but I just really like that kind of approach.
Musti, even if they don't drop Warner, I think it's still a good move because he can take some pressure at least.
Pressure off him. Yeah.
Then he can unleash as a batsman. Like, who cares, right? He can go and unleash as a batsman. Even that perspective is still a big move, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was just. It's a strange announcement, though, right? You're saying he's captain. He's Williamson is captain. He's dropped off captaincy. Then you mentioned that there's going to be a change in foreign players in your 11. That's a strange announcement, in my opinion. Just say he's not captain. That's it.
Interesting. Yeah, for sure.
Like, why would you say something like that? That's what I'm saying. That's what I didn't agree with. Everything else, I completely agree with all your statements, you, Vinay, and Punter. And if Williamson turns it around, it shows that he can do it. But, it's just the way it was handled. I feel what Mumbai did with Pollard, that should be the set standard for a lot of clubs and Sunrisers as well. Yes, Punter, you were saying something?
I was saying when you asked Kumi about nothing as such happened with Dhoni or Rohit, it has happened with Dhoni again in Pune. Dhoni was taken off as the captain, and Steve Smith was made the captain in middle of the season, and it went really against the team. Though they still came in the finals and lost in the finals, but we saw that Dhoni did not show anything on his face. He was still helping out Smith. So I think Warner is matured enough. He won't care about what people are talking about and what people are thinking. He will still help Williamson because the relationship between the players itself is very important.
Exactly.
And we see that. Yeah,
for captaincy, if you notice in the death overs, if you notice last season, especially Williamson was handling the field placements and everything because Warner Fields had long gone, right? So Williamson was handling anyway. So I don't think there's an issue with that. It's just that I think as a batsman is the issue. I don't think the captaincy is the call. It's the batsman is the issue. I think they're both very good captains in their own thing. I wouldn't mind if Williamson is captain. Like, he's a great captain and he's very calm in these situations. But it's just about it's a good way to look at it.
I have a very funny intuition. I hope they play Warner tomorrow, and I feel if they play him, he's going to go bang bang.
Not everyone is
just an intuition.
So he's going to be your captain tomorrow.
If he's playing, definitely.
But yeah, final thoughts, guys. There's Delhi, Punjab as well. There is Sunrisers, Rajasthan. I don't know, one game is not that great to look at. Even Sunrisers are playing, but both bottom of the table, whereas Punjab and Delhi will be more interesting. Vinay, quickly, your thoughts on that?
Delhi all the way, man. Delhi's going to win tomorrow.
Both coming in with wins. I think you have to watch out for Harpreet, man, Brad. He's someone to watch out for. But Punjab will have a lot of confidence. Kumi, KL Rahul, he didn't keep because I think he was tired after the innings, but it kind of suited him. I felt he was better on the field. He was talking to his bowlers a bit more, and I could be completely wrong, but I just felt that.
If Prabh Simran is in, he will always keep. Prabh Simran will keep.
And
Simran is a natural keeper, right? Rahul is part-time, so.
Yeah. And you see Rahul kind of enjoying infield too. Like, he was like more positive. Behind the wickets, he's always like a bit more subdued. He was just like, he wasn't able to chatter too much. But I like Rahul coming out as well. I think it's good for him. But man, he's such a quality batsman. I want him to get more and more runs. And but tomorrow I want Punjab to do well. Actually, Punjab I think is on a roll, and I'm hoping that they
drop Puran though.
Yeah.
I think now it's getting to that time because it's been 4 ducks.
Tomorrow is the day for SRH to turn the tides, man. I think tomorrow.
Is Williamson going to open the batting? Punter, Kumi, is Williamson going to open the batting now that he's captain?
No. If Jason Roy is coming in, Jason Roy and Bess are the best opening.
You remember the season that you said Kane Williamson was captain? He was captain because Warner was banned, right? That year, they reached the finals. Williamson was opening the batting at that time.
True, but they need someone like Williamson 1 down or 2 down.
Jason Roy is going to come in. What about someone like a Nabi or Holder?
Opening the batting?
No. Open with Williamson and get middle order, get a bowling option as well, and someone who can bat.
When you have
I would actually go for a Holder.
Huh?
So a guy like
Jason Roy is going to play tomorrow. To be honest,
a guy like Jason Roy is just a match winner in my opinion. Even though he bats opening, the way he can take the game away, especially if you guys are chasing. Right? If you guys are chasing and your struggle was chasing 150. SRH couldn't chase 150, right? So I think a guy like Jason Roy is going to make you cross that line, in my opinion. And then Kane Williamson can just finish the game off. So I think, look, if you have Jason Roy in the dugout, you should play him. I think at least give him some time, on some game time.
Yeah, for
Musi,
sure.
a question for you though. Your
Yes.
favorite player Butler versus your favorite team. Who's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have
man.
it?
I don't think I put Butler captain every single game. Tomorrow he's not going to be my captain. I'm saying it from now. I'm really sorry, Josh Butler, if you're watching, but I can't keep you captain. You're playing against the Orange Army, but watch, he's not going to be my captain. He's going to score. I think Butler is an outstanding player. For me, he's the new AB de Villiers. It's just my opinion. I think he's wonderful. He's not on that level, but he's that type of player where he can play all the shots. He's not shown that consistency yet. I'm hoping that he shows it. I don't know if you've seen Kumi, just YouTube Butler versus Flintoff 6-hitting competition. You'll just like the wrists and the way he hits those shots, you'll be in awe of him. I think he's a really good player. He's the player to watch out always for me in every single game.
He does have a very unique technique. He has his own technique where anything from long off to sweeper on the offside, he has a unique technique on how he creates the leverage for his shot. So Butler is a quality player, man, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. That wraps it up. Guys, any last comments, any last thoughts, anything you want to discuss?
Bye, Vinay.
The one thing is that I have to give Mumbai Indians credit, even though I think they're the most hated team in the IPL, and rightly so because they always win. But to win matches like that,
not just because of the winning factor though.
I know you have your own issues, but
they have the same amount of money purse.
Sure.
It's also I think the last 4 or 5 years they just have this belief that they can win games from nowhere, and it's because they have match winners like that. So it's that they didn't deserve to win this game at one stage, but of course at the end you can't say that. But at one stage it was all Chennai's game, but there's one man standing in their way. So congratulations, punter and Mumbai Indians. Kumi, tough luck, but it's good to have games like this, like you said. Tense games. It's better to lose like this now than in the final when you have to. Remember, you talked about it 2 seasons ago when you lost a close game. So I think Chennai will learn from that. It's a great game. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll catch you guys soon.
Sounds good, Musi. Thanks for having us,
guys.
Take care.
Yep.